I do want to thank Anna and Tyler and the volunteers, because this is my first event with DSS. And I feel like it is a great honor to be included, because we are 100% focused on enterprises using generative AI, machine learning in the enterprises. So this is really where we belong. I do want to mention that according to Wall Street Journal, there are fewer than or less than 2% of enterprise software startups actually have a female founder. So another reason I want to thank everybody, and I'm honored to be here. As such, oh, I did it too fast. Okay. As such, I think it is relevant and important to share my background, how I got here, how I get into AI. So over 20 years ago, I got my MBA, UC Berkeley, and I joined LeapFrog, which is a unicorn from Silicon Valley, backed by actually Oracle founder and CEO Larry Ellison. LeapFrog was interactive media for children, and no wonder earlier our Oracle VC actually talking about children clearly from Larry and the organization. They care about children in this country. And the LeapFrog, was really my handshake with tech, multimodal media, and LeapPad is a huge success. It was really iPad before iPad. From there, I joined LiveScribe, which is smart pen with smart paper. And if today you get advertising from Auto.ai, like you record a meeting so you don't miss a thing, LiveScribe, almost 20 years ago, actually solving that problem. When you take notes, you go back, you can play it back, and so that you don't miss anything. So what we're doing today is actually not quite new per se. The same problems can be solved in different ways. So fast forward 6 years ago, I got recruited from TouchJet to DMAI, which is called the dark matter artificial intelligence. What it means is that cognitive AI system should be more efficient than just big data, okay? So I was there with 500 engineers, PhDs. I didn't have a PhD degree. I didn't know anything about AI. But today, 6 years later, I decided to found this company, AnyQuest, with Dmitry Chervik. He was the CTO at the Progress Software, a public company for enterprise software. And joining us is Vic, who worked at Oracle, Microsoft, Salesforce, gone. So he's our B2B sales executive. It's a fantastic team. And this is why we're here, right? According to McKinsey, $2.6 to $4.4 trillion of value can be generated with generative AI-enabled use cases. This is huge. However, there are lots of challenges: trust issues, security issues, data management, hallucination. We've been talking about this since yesterday and everywhere. So I call it generative AI chaos, and this is exactly why there's a huge opportunity here. And by the way, this is from Joanne from MasterCard. She kind of validated the problem to solve here. And here is another chart that you may be interested in. This is from Cowboy Ventures from Silicon Valley. So basically, they laid out the companies big and small in the different infrastructure stack, from foundation models to data labeling to fine-tuning, training, security, whatever you thought about, they basically put it in the category. And the AnyQuest is on the map with Lang Chang and some other companies in the application frameworks. So thank you, just for setting up the stage for frameworks. So this is what we focus on, okay? As an enterprise enabler, we focus on AI orchestration. And then literally, you can see it as a traditionally so-called middleware, but they will call it the system of intelligence. And here is our battleship chart. This is an eye chart. We can spend an hour, whole day, just on this chart. So let me just orient you. On the left, if you look at the chart, my left, those are the use cases, like chatbot, AI assistant, sales enablement, all those use cases we call the cognitive applications. Cognitive applications is built upon generative AI. Okay, this differentiates today's application from a previous traditional AI. What we are is on the right, we start with is open source platform for cognitive AI applications. And under that are all the core competencies we built to enable that. So once again, if you haven't take the QR code, you can do it now. So basically, the focus in terms of our enablement is a human in the loop. Human in the loop meaning in the next decade, it's not like AI going to replace humans. It's really the humans that don't partner with AI that would be at a huge disadvantage. And the real AI for enterprise for success would have to build upon use cases, and the use cases would need knowledge workers. So as AnyQuest, we're focusing on the long tail right part of it. So we're not Harvey, we're not just based on one application for one function. We're really looking at the everyday AI users. So here is the assumption. Everybody talk about the RAG. Everybody talk about prompt engineering. So the secret or the hypothesis is that 80% of everyday use cases with Gen AI can be addressed with the top prompt engineering and RAG. And that's what we focus on to build cognitive applications. And this is our architecture. So in order for this to work, AnyQuest is a semantic broker or middleware that assures the security of data. So we kind of sit in between so that when we bring in the LLMs, and we are LLMs or model agnostic, you would have compliance to security. And memory management, which is a fundamental part, or the applicable Gen AI use cases, that is built into the architecture. Our secret sauce is a day-to-day use called text primitives, and when you have the open source code, you will see the declarative language that's written by our engineers. And the tool management is really a plug-in to the other. So let me go to this chart. So literally what we do as a platform is to bring in language models as they evolve, and we provide the semantic broker to ensure the security of your data. And we have plugins with Salesforce, Oracle, Slack, and all the others. And the cognitive applications are at the DAX in the hand of your knowledge workers. So this is the slide of the no-code tool. The no-code tool is to allow you to drag and drop. Okay, so let's just say you are going to look at the social campaign and generate insights every single day. You just need to write one of this app, and then every day automatically when you have a new post coming in, that insight will be generated. And such approach would scale in a way that when we have the gallery, when we have the templates, right, such apps can be shared across different organizations. However, data is yours. So to summarize, we have the no-code AI tool for you to build text flow. I think this is eventually going to go to more of a multi-modal approach, meaning that you can speak to that no-code tool, and AI would help you build your workflow in the near future. This is so-called machine learning, right? And it is fundamentally open source. So basically, we're open to enterprise users. We're signing up design partners, and hopefully we can work with Oracle and bring it out because we're complementary to the big enterprise ecosystem. And here is the so-called the network effect. When we sign up, the users it bring the data. Eventually, the data mode will be naturally formed, and this is a secure data, big or small. So you have the agility between big data and small data. But most importantly, it will efficiently and effectively carry out tasks. So the landscape here, on top of us, those are Python code engineer-driven platforms. Okay, LangChain raised 10 million. You know, Llama Index raised about 8. Underneath us are other players in our space. Semaphore.ai just raised over 30 million. So this is definitely a big space. As Gartner said, 50% of organizations is going to look into AI orchestration and operationalize AI. Okay. So go to market really, really quick. And once again, I'm giving you the QR code again in case you haven't scanned it. We are early, okay? So this is our version in terms of maturity model of organizations, enterprises. And you can see where you fit in terms of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the characteristics of those levels. And probably 80–90% of organizations, they are actually below 1. And that's why I think education and what the community approach by my previous presenter makes a lot of sense. So how we do this is really to form so-called the Gen AI Center of Excellence with a C-suite who want to embrace generative AI for productivity, creativity, and the transformation. We do work with the champions in the organization with design partnership so that we can have use cases with a measurable outcome, right? How you do things faster. So I really love this audience because yesterday, every one of you have those measurable comparison, like how generative AI actually works for you with clear, measurement KPIs. So the total addressable market for knowledge workers around the world is 1 billion. In this country, 81 million knowledge workers. But really, we're going to focus on segments of this as we're going to look at the different industry segments with design partners, and we'll win users with the word of mouth eventually. But, you know, I do have about a weekly AQ24 webinar talking with the different innovative leaders and to talk about Gen AI. I do have a weekly AQ. AQ is AnyQuest, but also is like IQ, EQ, AQ. So AQ24 webinar on LinkedIn. So I'd love to invite almost all of you to come and chat about this. And also, you know, we have white papers talking about challenges and opportunities for Gen AI in enterprises. Where we are is we've developed and validated the platform, so you can use the no-code source code today. And I will send to every one of you when you sign into the workspace. You put in your email, and we will send you the access to the GitHub open source. And we have the no-code tool working, and I use it every day. So when I do a 30-minute podcast, okay, that is live, that's recorded on Zoom, that would generate a summary with the brand and the mission of AnyQuest, but also the content of that 30-minute podcast with that particular thought leader. So that is all automated for me. So we eat our own dog food. And we're raising the seed, but we're open to pre-seed, and we love to be incubator and work with Oracle and others because we're complementary. We're new in this ecosystem, but you can see that we're thoughtful about how we integrate everything. And once again, thank you